Okay, good morning. I wanted to share with you some help with the assignment from yesterday. So let me start with this. So on the first sentence, and I have it pulled up here on my other computer, we had a sentence that was a little bit difficult because it had two verbs in it. Widerpratans der Privatdetektiv durch das, let me switch to German keyboard here. Durch das Büro und singt. Okay, so first thing you needed to think about here was how many verbs do we have? And there are two verbs. So you're going to have to take the first verb, which was tanzt, okay? Replace it with a helping verb here and think about who the subject is. The subject is der Privatdetektiv. So we're going to use hat as our helping verb. Yesterday, several of you use habt. Remember, you need to conjugate those correctly. There is no B in the form for er, sie, or es. So we're going to replace tanzt with hat. And then go with Detektiv. Durch das Büro. And then here we have und, which is a conjunction. So we need to finish our first phrase first and put our past participle. So that's getanzt. Oops. As you found on Leo. And then we get und. Now, you can say the helping verb again, hat, but it's the same helping verb in the same subject. So it's really not necessary to do it that way. You really just need to add gesungen for your second one. Okay? So let's go to the second. The second one was markiert den Samstag mit einem roten Stift. Okay? For this one, stretch this out here for you. Same thing. You take you find the verb, it's markiert. You replace it with a helping verb. You think about to mark, is that a change of location? No. So we use hat because is the subject. We leave the rest of the sentence the exact same. And at the end of the phrase, we put our past participle. Now, I will tell you, I'll write it out here for you. All verbs that end in I-E-R-E-N do not take a ga at the front. That holds true throughout the language. So it's not gemarkiert, but just markiert. That's something that you can remember going forward. Okay, the next one came from chapter 3. And it said, öffnet den Briefkasten. Oops. Can't type. Okay, same thing. Take find the verb. The verb is öffnet. You need to replace it with the helping verb. Should it be hat or should it be ist? To open does not change location, so we're going to make it hat. Leave the rest of the sentence the same. And you look up the past participle and you get öffnet. Okay, that's a simple one. After that, let's go to the side here because I'm not sure how this works. Helmut Müller nimmt den Brief mit ins Büro. Same thing as before. Find the verb. It's nimmt. We're going to replace it with a helping verb, hat. Leave the rest of the sentence the same. And we find the past participle on Leo, and it's genommen. If anybody still has a problem finding the past participle on Leo, make sure that you email me so that I can send you something to help you, because there are still some people getting the wrong form, and really at this point, you just have to take the time to get on Leo. Now, you may get confused. A verb like nimmt, okay? You may think, okay, the verb is nimmen. That is incorrect. You may have to search using translation, nimmt, find that it means to take, then type back in to take into Leo, and that will give you name it. Okay, sometimes you have to work around that. The next one in our homework assignment was Holt den Stadtplan aus der Schreibtischschublade. You like that word? Und sucht die Adresse. Okay? Seems like a long sentence, but very key. You've got a conjunction. So you need to just treat this as if you had two sentences. Make the und in the middle. You have the verb is to fetch, okay? If there's a direct object, if you can fetch something, then it has to take hat. Hat den Stadtplan aus der Schreibtischschublade. Past participle of Holt is geholt. Then you put your und, and then you can decide here. You can use hat again, but it's the exact same helping verb with the same subject. Probably not necessary, but you can use it and it's not wrong. And then you put the past participle for the second one. Okay? That's what that one looks like. Okay? Now, let me get rid of these and go to the other ones. The other ones we were switching backwards from. So I gave you a phrase at the beginning. Before Müller die Straße gefunden hat was our first phrase. Okay. And you were supposed to take that from past tense to present tense. So here, we need to go backwards. And we notice that in this sentence, the verbs are at the end. So we're going to keep those verbs at the end. And we need to go from two verbs to just one verb. So what is going to be the main verb here? The verb is going to be to find, which we know as finden. And we need to conjugate it in the same form that got us hat, which is Z and S. Many of you got it right. And that was findet. Okay. The next one was, I'm looking at Rachel's here. Herr Mutschmann hat angerufen. Okay, very simple. All we have is subject and verbs. So we just go to the verb, which is anrufen. But remember, that's a separable verb. So we got to keep that separated. So we're going to go with roofed and on, okay, instead of unroofed. And, oh, I skipped. Sorry, I scrolled down too far. Those were the last two. Let me go back. I scrolled down too far. The first sentence was, als Student war ein paar Semester in München studiert. Okay, so we know that here is our past participle. Again, another German keyboard. IEREN, verbs do not take ga as a prefix. So we just want als Student. And then here's the verb. The conjugated verb is where we put the regular verb, and that is studieren. Studieren conjugated with he is studiert, so actually the exact same form that's at the end of the first sentence. And then we just leave the rest of the sentence the same. Okay. The next one was mit seinen Freunden ist oft zu Spielen des FC Bayern gegangen. Okay. First thing you should do is identify the two verbs. That's going to be ist and gegangen. We're going to get rid of our past participle at the end, and we're going to put the right verb right here where ist is. We're not going to change anything else in the sentence. Okay. So gegangen comes from gehen. Then we need to decide what the subject is. Is the subject Freunden or If we look at the verb in the first one, it was an ist, which is the conjugated form for We're going to do the same thing for gehen. Okay. With his friends is a prepositional phrase that's at the beginning. He is the subject of this sentence. Okay, one more. Zum Abschied haben ihm seine Freunde einen roten FC Bayern Schal geschenkt. And in the book, he's looking for that. Later on, we'll see that. Okay, same thing as before. We've got to find the two verbs. The helping verb is haben. Past participle is at the end, as always, geschenkt. We need to find the correct form of schenken to put in the verb spot. Schenken. Now, what is the subject? Who is doing the giving? What is being given and to whom is it being given? His friends are giving to him a red FC Bayern shawl. So his friends are the subject. That's plural. So we want to use schenken. And the rest of the sentence stays the exact same. Okay, I hope that helped you. And if you need to put your corrections in, you can do that and I'll get those graded.